Hey, Mystic family! Mystic Unigon here. And it's time for something I haven't done in a long time. In fact, I can't even remember what number we're on. But it's time for Wednesday Wonderings. For those of you who are new and have no idea what this is, it's basically my version of a Q&A. So I kind of just took random questions that a lot of times people will ask on an actual Q&A. And it's kind of slowed down as far as, ones that I've come up with myself. And I've had a few people give me some in the past, and I think I've used most of theirs. But most of them I've pretty much come up with myself. So what I did, if you go to the store, a lot of times in the stationery area, you can find those rolls of, little ticket thingies with the numbers. So I just bought a roll of those, and I had actually bought it for something else, and I don't even remember what it was for. But I wrote them on that, and I got this Star Wars tin, which I think was, from Valentine's Day or Easter or something, and it had crayons and stuff in it. And so I use that to pick from. So they're just random questions. And I am on my 8th list, which I put 30, I think, in each list. As far as the ones in here, I think I'm on 5 or 6. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure. So I still have a few to throw in here. But if I'm going to get back into doing this again, I'm going to need some more input. So if you guys have a question for this, send it to me, either PM me on Discord or DM me on Twitter, whichever you use the most, or whichever's easiest for you, and I will give you credit, and I will make sure your name goes on the ticket with the question, so that if I pull it, I can give you credit for giving me that question. Now, if I've already done it, I'll put it in there anyway, because I may have another answer for it. So, for the first one, I usually do about 2 or 3 if they have, a story or a detailed answer. Now, my thing is, I'll answer it if I have an answer, and I want you in the comments to give me an answer. So it's not just you guys getting to know me, but it's me getting to know you as well. So if you have an answer for any of these, let me know in the comments with the number next to them. I will put in the description what the questions are again. So, if you gotta think about it, if you can think about a story or something to put in, go for it. So, for question number 1, what is your favorite anime and why? Now, in all honesty, I don't like anime. I'm not interested in it at all. But Pokemon is the only one I like. So I would have to say it's my favorite. And the only reason that I like Pokemon is because I hung out with my younger cousin a lot, and she made me watch the first movie at her house. And ever since then, I got hooked on it. So, Pokemon is my thing, and it's because she made me watch it, and my dad jokingly calls them Japanese demons. So, that's kind of that story, and I'm not really interested in getting into any other animes. I'm just sticking with Pokemon. I'm happy with it. I really don't have time to watch a whole lot of shows and stuff like that anyway. Life is just way too busy. And if I ever did have that kind of time, I'd rather just start with The Walking Dead and start at the beginning with that. Even though I know it's gotten pretty rough lately. But that's question number 1. Question number 2. Ooh, this is a good one. What would be your fantasy world preference, if it was real and you could live there, and why? And for me, Don't hate me for this, because I know I love Star Wars, but I would pick Narnia. Because in a perfect Narnia, there's no fighting, nothing. It's the way it should be. With your talking animals. Now, I grew up with the BBC version. And when Disney came out with their version, I love both. But, like, you can't help but ultimately love the one you grew up with. The BBC version was very, very well done. And it's really a shame that they don't do more of the series. I really wish they would do. I hate when they just stop. There's 7 books, for crying out loud. Just do them all. Please. That's all I want, is somebody to do them all. But yeah, Narnia would be my choice because of the talking animals. And, like, that would just be awesome. And it would always be, like, springtime. No winter. No cold. So, question number 3. I think I'll just do 3 for this one. Ooh, alright. Here's a good one. Have you ever had a nickname, or do you have one now? Or both? And what was it, and how did you get it? Now, when I was in school, I didn't have any nicknames. My grandfather called me Chrissy Dingleberry when I was younger, my mom's dad. And it was just kind of a goofy thing he made up. But that was kind of the only one I had when I was young. Now, when I first started working, I started working at Ferguson and Hassler in Quarryville, PA. And the one lady that worked back there had a thing for giving people nicknames. So I'm like, oh geez. So she had to think for a bit to come up with mine. Now, we either had to wear, because this was in the deli, I had to wear either a hairnet, a hat, or a visor. And so I went to the store one day and I found a visor. And it was purple. Well, it was lavender. Close enough. My favorite color. And it had Scooby-Doo on it. And I was like, this is awesome. This is perfect. And I still have it. Don't have it right here right now, but I do have it up in the closet. And she knew I liked to draw, so my nickname was Doodle Doo. Doodle for drawing, and then Doo for having a Scooby-Doo visor. So that kind of worked out. Other than that, I've not had any real nicknames, except obviously being called Mystic, which, you know, that's a given because it's my YouTube name, my Twitch name, pretty much everywhere else. Very few people call me by my real name, and I prefer being called Mystic anyway. I kind of like it better. So those are the questions for today's Wednesday Wonderings. If you have answers for these, please let me know in the comments, and I will see you guys in the next one.